France marks the one-year anniversary of the Notre Dame Cathedral fire.
The worst part was really when one had the impression that the fire was coming down and suddenly it resumed in one of the towers. So that was really the worst moment.
The fire broke out shortly before 7 p.m. Paris time 1 year ago today. The roof and the spire, which date back to the 19th century, were both destroyed. But the cathedral's main structure was saved from collapse. Joining us now is Solène Tadié, European correspondent for the National Catholic Register. She is also a native of Paris. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello, Tracy.
So, Solène, give us an update on the rebuilding of the cathedral.
Well, the restoration process has been halted because of France's coronavirus lockdown that began March 17. But officials still hope that scaffolding can be removed by the fall so that the reconstruction work can start eventually. 1 year after the blaze, we still don't know what caused this tragedy, and investigations are ongoing. But the investigators are still working on the theory that the fire was started by accident. At this time, we still don't know if the wooden spire will be rebuilt as it was. But there is a good chance that wood will be chosen over other materials like steel or concrete, as it would be the fastest, the less expensive, and above all, most ecological solution in the rebuilding process. On Good Friday, a special celebration with the relic of the crown of thorns was held inside the cathedral. The Archbishop of Paris, Monsignor Petit, held a meditation on the Passion of Christ, which was live broadcast. And tonight at 8 p.m. Paris time, the cathedral's great bell will ring out as a mark of the first anniversary of the blaze and in tribute to health workers risking their lives to treat COVID patients.
Solène, during this past year of mourning, how has the French community and Catholics and non-Catholics, that is, changed from this tragic event?
Well, we can say that it has had an impact on the collective sensitivity with regard to the Christian heritage of France, as churches and other Christian historic sites are still being vandalized or abandoned. Countless initiatives are flourishing in the whole territory to raise awareness on the importance of the Christian presence in the country. For instance, I would mention the various local initiatives led by young people in order to protect churches from being vandalized at night, especially. And it is a sign of a growing concern among the population, and the huge amounts of donations for Notre Dame coming from people with very different social backgrounds are another proof of that.
Do you know when we can expect the cathedral to be reopened?
Well, the Army General in charge of rebuilding Notre Dame, Jean-Louis Georgelin, has said that according to him, it is still possible for the cathedral to reopen in 2024, as pledged by French President Emmanuel Macron. Georgelin said that unexpected delays in work to restore the cathedral, including the coronavirus lockdown, of course, need not derail the 5-year deadline. So we'll see in the future.
Well, Solène, quickly before we go, I want to ask you, how is France dealing with the coronavirus pandemic?
Unfortunately, France has been one of the hardest hit countries during the pandemic so far. The outbreak has killed close to 16,000 people in the country to this day. But the lockdown period started March 17 is expected to end on May 11, as announced by the French president during his April 13 address to the nation. Until now, people cannot go outside and they are just allowed to visit the grocery store or a doctor's office, and that's all.
Well, Solène, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your insight. We really appreciate it. Stay safe. Solène Tadié, European correspondent for the National Catholic Register.